on TMZ.
Okay, Met Gala went down last night, and it was a good night for guys.
Some of the biggest guys did not go to the Met Gala this year because it's the playoffs. Justin Bieber was watching the Maple Leafs. Charlamagne missed because the Knicks were also in the playoffs, and he was like watching it.
Honestly, Met Gala's for chicks.
The best part is the reporter here that was covering the Met Gala was Devin Roll.
I know the guy who wears sweatpants to work was covering the Met Gala.
Prosecutors in the Diddy trial are upset at Mark Geragos, and it's all over your podcast with him. Prosecutors noticed Mark Geragos consulting with Diddy's defense team. And they say, Judge, you have to remind him it's either the Two Angry Men podcast or repping Diddy.
He's got to choose.
You're gonna have to find another angry man, let's be honest.
Yeah, do you know any other angry men?
Anyone above 60 is an angry man, so just...
There might be a new brother rift in the royal family, Prince George and Prince Louis. The whole royal family came out, and Prince Louis is hysterical. So at one point, Prince George fixes his hair. He runs his hand through his hair. And then you see Louis totally mocking him, going,
Met Gala fashion was amazing. Kim Kardashian showed up in a ton of jewelry.
This is the first year that I've found it kind of gross, the Met Gala.
Why?
Look how fantastic and rich and fabulous I am.
They raised so much money.
Also, might I say, this is the first year ever that the theme was dedicated to designers of color, so now you're just racist, Charlie.
Hailey right here. Over your shoulder, Hailey. That's Hailey Bieber posing on the carpet at the Met Gala in a sexy tuxedo mini dress. Now let's see what her husband Justin Bieber wore. I don't think that sweatshirt really fits the theme this year, Justin.
Some of the biggest guys did not go to the Met Gala this year because it's the playoffs. It's the NBA playoffs, it's the NHL playoffs, and they picked Justin Bieber was in Iceland watching the Maple Leafs, who won. They beat the Panthers. Go Canadians. Yay. That was huge.
Wow, shocking you never made it as a sports commentator. But it wasn't just Hailey flying solo at the Met, because Kylie Jenner lost her man Timothy to the NBA.
Charlamagne missed because the Knicks were also in the playoffs, and they won in overtime, and he was like posting in a hotel, like watching it.
Myself, this game is insane.
Geez, good thing you didn't go to the Met Gala, because crapping your pants would be bad. Or maybe a bold fashion statement. Who knows these days? Anyway.
What guy would want to go to the Met Gala?
So many guys went. What are you talking about?
Including the biggest Knicks fan of all time, Spike Lee, who is still repping them on the carpet. And probably hiding an iPad to watch the game on in his baby suitcase.
The best part is the reporter here that was covering the Met Gala last night was Devin Roll.
I know the guy who wears sweatpants to work was covering the freaking Met Gala.
Fashion blogger.
We look forward to your coverage of the style at the Tony Awards. So, thanks, sports. You get men out of dressing up.
there might be a new brothers royal rift in the royal family. Yesterday in London was the 80th anniversary VE Day processional, and the whole royal family came out to watch it, including Prince George and Prince Louis. And so Prince Louis is hysterical. So at one point, Prince George fixes his hair. He runs his hand through his hair. And then a second later, you see Louis totally mocking him.
That is funny.
I think the third one is the one you'd want to be.
Yeah, if you could be 1, 2, or 3, I think I'd be 3.
Harvey, you are so full of it.
I would totally be 3.
If your older brother was king, you would be plotting against him, backstabbing all the time.
That's not true. That's not true. I would 3 sounds good. Being king seems to suck.
Harvey, you literally built yourself a throne over there. It's higher than us. You sit atop a podium with a scepter.
'Twas the day of the Met Gala, and all were surprised that Rihanna's egg had been fertilized. Yep, she's preggers again.
Rihanna is pregnant with baby number 3 with A$AP Rocky, and she chose the Met Gala to reveal it.
She always does a reveal at a big event.
Yes, first she had a public photo shoot reveal, then a Super Bowl reveal, and now the Met Gala.
She arrived in this tailored suit with the baby bump on full display. Then they had the after party. A$AP Rocky hosted it at Jeans in Manhattan, and she had this leather outfit open so you could see her bump. and she's showing it off.
I wonder if it's a girl, because they have 2 boys.
Yeah, that's not really how babies work. It's not like a law of averages thing. But a lady baby would be nice.
Well, I really hope it's a girl. A Rihanna girl would be the best.
Do mothers want a combo?
I think everybody likes a combo, right?
A combo? They're children, not a lunch special at Panda Express. In any case, only a real jerk would care if they had a boy or a girl.
I only wanted girls. Girls are so much better than boys.
Girls are better now, but I've heard they become trouble in their teens.
We're fine. My dad was fine with us.
You're not fine even right now.
You're fine.
You can always tell when a family stops that they have a problem.
Bottom line, looks like Riri could have her baby soonish.
How pregnant does she look to you?
It's Jiffy Pop. She's halfway through the Jiffy Pop.
Not the most clinical explanation, but pretty accurate, actually. Congrats, Rihanna and ASAP!
Lance Bass went all out for his 46th birthday. He was partying it up at a club in Vegas, and it got pretty crazy when Nelly pulled him on stage. And then they started performing their hit together from back in the day, Girlfriend.
I can't believe Lance Bass is 46.
Yeah,
He's 46 years old.
Is it a little weird to be 46 and celebrating your birthday in Vegas?
No.
I mean, at 46, bro?
At 46, sit down.
I'm Lance Bass, but like,
That's a young man's
he was
game.
at like the clubs.
No, I mean, honestly, if he's 46, I mean, what is there, an age limit?
Yeah, it's also a kid limit. Like, if you've got little babies, you probably don't go to Vegas to party.
Do you ever think about throwing a big birthday party? No?
What? This guy?
I think birthday parties are dumb.
You think Harvey wants his 75th at Tao?
Can you imagine them coming out with the smartphone?
Welcome to the Two Angry Men podcast. I'm Harvey Levin.
And they're a bit angrier today, we should think, because Harvey and Mark Geragos' humble little podcast has caught the attention of the prosecutors in the Diddy case. Look out!
Prosecutors are upset at Mark Geragos, and it's all over your podcast with him.
I mean, really, prosecutors.
Prosecutors have now written a letter to the judge saying they noticed Mark Geragos consulting with Diddy's defense team.
Mark's not on the defense team, but his daughter Tenny is, and prosecutors cite a law barring anyone associated with the defense from making public statements that could, quote, interfere with a fair trial. We added the Southern accent for dramatic effect.
They're saying, you want to hear some public statements, tune in on any platform where podcasts are available to the Two Angry Men podcast.
YouTube, anywhere.
They say Mark's been on the podcast opining on a variety of topics, including the Cassie beating video.
He barely mentioned it.
You show that video. It really, to my mind, is character assassination.
Okay, a little bit he mentioned it.
They say, look, Judge, you have to remind him it's either the podcast or reppin' Diddy.
He's got to choose now.
Wow.
Paging Ms. Choice. Is there a Ms. Choice here?
Do you know any other angry men?
I do.
Is Mark gonna back down? He's gonna do the pod, right?
But if he doesn't do the podcast, I'm going to ask Joe Tacopina.
Ooh, Mark ain't gonna like that. How many other angry men we know?
Anyone above 60 is an angry man. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So thanks for watching, federal prosecutors. Check out the next episode. Think it'll be a good one.
Kylie wore these heels to the Met Gala, and they had to use lube and 3 people to pry her out of her shoes.
Max told me to tape my feet into this shoe. And now my feet are stuck in the
Oh my god, that's wild.
Ow!
This is the first year that I've found it kind of gross, the Met Gala.
Marie Antoinette.
There's so much going on, so much tragic stuff going on.
They raise so much money.
We, as the poor people, got to look at them and like clap at all these rich.
All of us who sit at home watching our sporting events and do nothing for anybody are looking down our noses at people who make tens of millions of dollars for charity. How dare we? Jesus. No, stop.
Stop. This year raised the most money ever. They raised $31 million. This is the first year ever that the theme was dedicated to designers of color, so now you're just racist.
That's brutal. This is the first year you said it's bothered you. That is brutal.
Coming up,
Met Gala fashion was amazing. One controversial piece, Lisa from the K-pop group got in a little bit of hot water for having Rosa Parks on her underwear.
Wait a minute, Rosa Parks on her underwear?
Plus,
Adam Carolla thinks Trump's foreign movie tax is a great idea.
They'll bring it back and it'll work.
Yeah, but how do you do a movie set in a city where you need shots in the city? Why are they shooting Emily in Paris in Paris?
Harvey, you need to catch up on Emily in Paris. She's in Italy now.
coming up.
We got Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk, at the airport. Apparently, big guy, you don't stretch.
Swimming naturally stretches you.
Be right back.
There are a ton of steps that lead to the grand entrance of the Met Gala, and though most celebrities hit them all perfectly, a few had some missteps in their fashion. But first, the good.
Janelle Monáe was incredible. Kim Kardashian showed up in a ton of jewelry.
As for who looked the best, it's a tie, by which we mean Demi Moore wore a dress shaped like a tie.
Diana Ross showed up, her train took up like the entire carpet.
Stop! In the name of you're stepping on my dress. And now the not so good. Teyana Taylor looked like Dr. Facilier. Bad Bunny brought his bowling ball bag, while Andre 3000 made it really difficult to climb those steps by strapping a piano to his back. But Zendaya and Shogun's Anna Sawai committed the worst offense, wearing the same white suit. And it's after Labor Day, no less. And then there was Lisa from Blackpink.
Lisa from the K-pop group got in a little bit of hot water for having Rosa Parks on her underwear.
And just like Rosa herself, it was located right in the front. Now, to be fair, the designer of the dress never said it was Rosa, just portraits of figures who have been part of his life. So it could just as easily been Estelle Getty. But if it is Rosa, is this okay or not?
You don't put Rosa Parks on your woo-ha.
Well, there you have it.
This is false outrage. It's an homage to a great woman.
No, you can't have Rosa Parks on your pants.
Why? We put kids' heroes on underwear all the time.
Those are not real heroes. This is an actual human being who did something for freaking civil rights.
Think you're undervaluing Spider-Man's contributions to society here. So, thanks, Met Gala Fashion. And Lisa, we hope you even know who Rosa Parks is.
Larsa Pippen hasn't been dating her new man for very long, but he says that they're getting married in November.
What?
She obviously was in a relationship with Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. Well, they broke up last year. She started dating this guy, Jeff Kobe, beginning of the year. Anyway, they're out at a party in Florida. They're leaving, and he says,
"We're getting married." Are you proposing now? I can't tell you when I'm going to propose.
I'm sure they're trolling. They must be.
Or it's manifest destiny.
He's 31 years old. She's 50 years old.
And he's the one saying, I want to marry her. I would be worried if I were her in that.
Does she still get alimony from Scottie Pippen?
No.
If somebody's getting alimony and they fall in love with somebody else, and the other person says, we need to get married, and she says, if I marry you, I have to give up alimony, and he convinces her to do it. There's so much pressure.
I don't think anybody who's in a relationship with someone who's getting alimony, says, let's break up, because it's
If you were married to a really rich guy and you divorced him, and he was giving you $30,000 a month, and Daniel comes along and says,
No, he wouldn't, because he's not a moron. You'd be a moron to do that.
All right, start this over with Katie.
Bring it here. It'll be realistic conversation.
Wow, congratulations, Larsa! And now, Hollywood will be just all right. Starring Adam Carolla.
Adam, it's good to see you, mate.
Good to see you, Charlie.
I had an interesting little back and forth with Adam Carolla.
And we specifically asked him about Trump's proposed 100% tariff on movies shot outside the U.S.
Well, my thoughts are, we used to do a lot of films in Los Angeles, and then we drove up all the tariffs and the taxes and the prices, and then they moved. So if they charge too much, people leave, and if they lessen it, people stay.
We all agree that there should be more production locally, but to do it, you lower taxes here. You don't raise taxes elsewhere.
If people are shooting overseas because it's cheaper, now it's gonna be more expensive, they just won't make the movies.
Don't worry, fellas. Porn is still cheap. But Adam thinks with Trump making movies too expensive internationally, Hollywood will ease up taxes here.
So if they lower everything, they'll bring it back, and it'll work.
What about what America sells to the rest of the world, because foreign people aren't going to watch these American-made movies if they're way too expensive.
I think the world always wants Elvis and Chevrolet and Levi's, and you know, the world will always consume what Hollywood and America makes.
But filming overseas isn't just a cost saver. Sometimes it's for authenticity.
Emily in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
I mean, how's that going to go over?
They're going to have to do it in the Paris Hotel in Las Vegas.
Also, Harvey, you need to catch up on Emily in Paris. She's in Italy now.
Then they'll have to move over to the Venetian. Thanks, Adam.
I think Hollywood will be just all right.
What's up, my Hulk? How you doing? Good. I'm doing great.
We got Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk, at the airport, and we talked to him about you.
About me?
Because you guys go to the same gym.
We do.
Apparently, big guy, you don't stretch.
I don't. How does he know that?
Harvey, I got the same problem because sometimes when you work out, you're very lazy about stretching. You have to stretch, especially after 60. The tendons are more brittle. You have less blood flow. But Harvey, you got to do it. Come on, man.
I know, I don't.
It is the most important thing for an old gentleman is stretching.
I know, I don't.
And then we also said it was Jake that got him. Apparently Jake was in the office last week and he gave you a hug. He hasn't seen you in a while. And he said, oh my God, he couldn't believe how like fit you are. And he was like, you don't look a day over 60. And then he was asking Lou if that's an insult.
You think that's an insult? Because he got insulted. He was like 60.
Because you took it as an insult, apparently. Apparently you're quite offended when he said you don't look a day over 60.
Yeah, because I don't want to think about it.
Also, when did you start hugging employees?
How awkward was that hug?
This is your body and mind. If you think you know everything, you're in trouble. Hey, thank you so much, man.
Coming up.
Meg Thee Stallion went to the Met Gala. She decided to break the rules, took her phone in. Then you also see like the videos when they sneak in their phone, they always go to the bathroom.
Well, you don't shoot in the bathroom.
No, they do. Look at all of those celebrities in that one shot. We're not supposed to have our phone. Not at all. Meg Thee Stallion was thinking about all of the fans when she went to the Met Gala because she decided to break the rules, took her phone in, and gave everyone a glimpse of what they were eating there.
Really? Because I thought the food was notoriously bad.
It is.
Well, it seemed like they listened to the backlash. But she was at a table with like Angel, Reese, and Doechii. So they were all like reviewing the food. They had cornbread and caviar. They had a white truffle lobster roll, machi fish with carrots and avocado.
I like that. I like that.
Why do they not allow cameras in?
It makes everyone feel like they want to go.
Then you also see like the videos when they sneak in their phone, they always go to the bathroom.
Well, you don't shoot in the bathroom.
No, they do. Questlove took a video. There was like Coleman Domingo, Tracy Ellis Ross. There was Quinta. There were so many people in this one video. It was so dope.
I really don't get it.
Okay.
I want to get excited about like looking at all these stars.
Well, you're in the wrong business.
I know. I think about it sometimes.
Then I count my money.
Well.
Then I look out on the Pacific Ocean and it all goes away.
Harvey, you did pick the right business.
Coming up.
There's a video on social media with a humanoid robot that's tied up in restraints, and all of a sudden it just starts viciously just trying to break free from its restraints.
So this is the fear.
Really
this is the fear.
Okay, so this is, I think it's really cool. It's also kind of frightening. But there's a video on social media with a humanoid robot that's tied up in restraints. I guess like the engineers are working on it, and all of a sudden it just starts viciously just trying to break free from its restraints. Almost hits the people in front of it.
Oh wow, so this is the fear.
Oh.
This is the fear.
Oh, it really goes nuts.
That's the fear.
What's the fear, guys? Unplug it and it'll stop working.
No, that's what people are saying.
Harvey, we've said this over and over again. Unplug the robot.
You guys are so ridiculous.
But what if it's electric and it's at 100%? Then you just gotta wait.
Just wait out the battery and lock it in a room. Every person who actually studies this is terrified of this eventuality.
You think that's gonna run away and take over the earth?
Yes.
If we had an army of 5 million of these, like are being produced, mass-produced right now.
You guys are so silly. When they think and then they start ignoring your commands, you're dead.
Cool, but how do they avoid the hose when I just open up the hose?